will begin this session with an address by Professor Yasuo Kamata. I request Professor Kamata to kindly share his thoughts with the audience today. Thank you.
Human beings provide their own sense of life as individuals and social beings, and shares the sense with the help of language and reason to live together in the three forms of life. This character belongs to the human dignity, and only in the recognition of this dignity is mutual understanding and trust possible, not only within their own community, but also with other communities, with other living and non-living beings. This holistic view is also applicable to our topic, the harmony of religions, welfare of humankind. We should attempt to find a sense of purpose and a moderate control of desire, more concretely of extreme assertion of a community's own specific expression, etc. And in mutual dialogue, so that we will be able to admire the wonder of providing common senses of the right religions, which is beyond the visible diversity of religions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kamata, for highlighting the social role of religion in the control of desire and how its dilution in the modern world has transformed us from Homo sapiens to Homo economicus. I now request Professor Haiyan Shen to kindly address the audience.
The all-pervasiveness of the Tao can be perceived from a rice basket or at a time when one is cutting grass. I suppose I have to conclude. The conclusion, Tiantai Zhiyi's sign interpretation carved out the way dynamically for the Chinese Buddhism with its perfect and emergent philosophy that features vivacity, vitality, flexibility, and innovation. Chan Buddhism carried out and developed Tiantai's method of teaching in terms of the use of sign, formulated a system of teaching vigorously utilizing different kinds of methods of representation and extemporaneously presenting the truth. Chan's teaching method, with its characteristic of improvisations, is in line with its tenet. The present place is the manifestation of emptiness as absolute truth. Consequently, it engenders a force that leads the students to return to their own nature that is originally pure and tranquil. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Shen, for your very insightful talk on the use of signs to interpret Buddhist teachings. I now invite Professor Acharya Yajnesha Shastriji to kindly address the audience. Thank you.
The brief survey of sayings of all these religions show that golden rule is a common principle to all religions. Fundamentally, no religion preaches or encourages violence. The crime committed in the name of religion is crime against religion. All religions stand for compassion, brotherhood, love, and kindness. Violence, terrorism, killing human beings, and destruction of properties in the name of religion are acts opposed to the essence of every religion. Then I have given what we have to do in future to maintain harmony. There are 10 arguments I had given, what we can do to maintain harmony and peace in the society with the help of religions. Now I will conclude, I read that part. We can conclude by saying that harmony and peace are possible through religions only when religion is taken into its true spirit, golden rule is taught by all religions are sincerely practiced, if tolerance and respect towards all the religions are cultivated, and wrong propaganda against other religion is stopped. If religions do not try to meet the challenges of alienation and reconciliation, of hearts and healings of war and peace, then the religions would be marginalized in social life and it would be relegating itself to the background in society. I am very much thankful to Professor Bhatt and Rajesh Gupta ji for inviting me and giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Acharya Professor Shastri. I now finally request Dr. Kusum Jain to kindly give her chair remarks for this session. Thank you.
Most of the religions are trying to encourage, trying to support, trying to bring about or inspire the ultimate unity. Trying to show us this universe is a one whole and there is an internal unity amongst all of us. Deep ecology people are doing this these days. It's very fashionable to emphasize this internal unity of the whole nature, whole universe. Now, I think we have to, this goes without saying that this conference is doing a wonderful job bringing representatives of almost all the religions on one platform, and most of them, when they are saying that religions bring unity, no religion encourages conflict, then where is the problem? We have to seriously reflect upon it. Either we don't understand our own religion properly, nor do we understand the other's religion, and if we do really understand, then we are ignoring the essence of each religion. Here is the time we should remind ourselves that we have to understand first the true spirit of our own religion, second the true spirit of the other religions, and try to see how we can build a better world, more lovable and more livable. I think and I hope from here we move forward to a journey where is unity, underlying unity of spirits is being realized, and we all move forward to our own spiritual development. Thank you so much.